Hello and welcome to Newsroom series, where we guide you through the 6 geopolitical zones of the country, bringing you news that makes the rounds. I'm Olumide Macaulay. Thank you for joining us today. Our focus is the Northwest region. The major drama that has unfolded at the headquarters of the People's Democratic Party as leaders split into 2 groups, battling to take control of the party's national office. The police has fired tear gas to disperse some party members as the situation at the Secretariat turned violent when the Senator Anyanwu group tried to stop the Oyo State Governor, Mr. Seyi Makinde, and the Bauchi State Governor, Mr. Bala Mohammed, from entering the Secretariat. The show of force continued until the governors of Oyo and Bauchi states, some other top officials of the PDP, accompanied by their supporters, forced their way into the party secretariat. Members of the Samuel Anyanwu-led National Working Committee had arrived at the secretariat this morning. Addressing journalists, Mr. Anyanwu maintained that he remains the party's national secretary until his tenure expires in December, and immediately settled into his office on arrival. When asked about the heavy security presence and barricade around the premises, he said that he invited the security agencies, describing it as standard procedure for PDP meetings of this magnitude in order to maintain law and order. Now, a coalition of 44 federal lawmakers from across Nigeria, spanning the northern and southern region, have formally petitioned President Bola Tinubu in a 2-page letter and accompanying resolution. They urge the president to exercise his constitutional authority to release Mr. Nnamdi Kanu from detention and to convene an all-inclusive political roundtable with all stakeholders to address the pressing challenges in the southeast. The lawmakers, acting under the banner of concerned federal lawmakers, call on the president to direct the AG of the Federation to immediately exercise his constitutional powers to discontinue Mr. Nnamdi Kanu's prosecution. They emphasize that beyond legal intervention, a constructive political dialogue is essential to secure a fair and lasting resolution, fostering national reconciliation and stability. Now, our Northwest region coverage begins with an update where the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Waidi Shaibu, has ordered Operation Fansen-Yama troops to intensify efforts to rescue the 25 girl students of the Government Girls Senior Secondary School, Maga, in Kebbi State. The directive came during his operational tour of the state. Addressing frontline commanders and troops, he emphasized intelligence-driven operations and relentless day and night pursuit of the abductors. The Chief of Army Staff also recognized the local vigilantes and hunters as vital partners, urging them to leverage their knowledge of the terrain in order to coordinate with the troops to locate and neutralize criminal elements. Earlier, General Shaibu paid a condolence visit to the traditional ruler of Danko, Alhaji Abubakar Alhaji, and the principal of the GGCSS Maga, Hajiya Rabi Magaji, reassuring them of the Army's unwavering commitment to rescuing the students unharmed. He concluded by urging the troops to remain resilient, disciplined, and professional, acting within the rules of engagement while responding decisively to restore peace across Kebbi State and the surrounding areas. Meanwhile, a security expert, Mr. Dixon Osaje, has called for a swift and technical military operation to rescue the students and neutralize the threat. He says the military should deploy air surveillance, ground troops, and conduct a commando-style operation to rescue the students. He was speaking earlier today on our program, Lunchtime Politics.
An incident like this cannot just happen and there is no response measures. You know, we have the State School Declaration that was signed in 2015, and Nigeria was among the 114 or so countries that signed the State School Declaration. And the only essence of that State School Declaration that was signed in Oslo, Norway, was to protect our students, was to protect the schools, was to ensure that those who go to school to acquire knowledge, they are well protected. Also aware that intelligence was shared to the school authority and that they carry out some drill or whatever the case may be. But whenever you get an intelligence, for instance, maybe there's an attack in progress or maybe there's a premeditated attack, once you get that intelligence, the first thing I'd expected the principal or the authority of the school to do is to carry out an evacuation exercise, evacuate every student from that school, but that was not done. The chief of army staff has visited the location. That was a good one, but first of all, I don't want to, maybe by tomorrow we are hearing about casualty from our forces. What they should do is that there should be an air surveillance covering within that territory, and they should pursue them from the air, from the side, and also from the land. And also this must be acquired, achieved with speed and momentum. They must follow these guys and ensure that they envelop them from the east, west, south, and north within that territory, and don't give them a breathing space. But first of all, this operation must be very technical and tactical, so that we don't put the lives of these children at risk in the area of, bombardment or whatever the case may be, so that they don't risk their life or get them killed. So I tell you, this is a commando-style operation, and the Nigerian army should send in guys that will be able to, attack this criminal element and overpower them, then bring back our leaders. It's not going to be an easy task, Jeffrey, but I think the Nigerian military should try, and I believe they'll achieve something.
We'll have more updates on the kidnapping of the girls in Kebbi State. Meanwhile, the Kaduna State government has intensified its fight against substance abuse with the distribution of harm reduction commodities across the 23 local government areas of the state. The initiative, according to the State Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Matters, Sadiq Maman Lagos, is aimed at reducing the health risks associated with drug use, especially among young people and women.
The battle against drug abuse in Kaduna State receives a major boost with the procurement of harm reduction commodities for distribution to people struggling with substance abuse. These commodities include protective kits, drugs, counseling guides, and first aid materials designed to minimize the health and social risks linked to substance abuse. Flagging off the distribution, the Kaduna State Commissioner for Local Governments says the gesture demonstrates a commitment to safeguarding public health, especially as drug dependency continues to affect many communities.
During the campaign, it's all part of our promises that we are going to make sure that we interfere with programs like this. We encourage it, and we make sure that we fight it, that drug abuse should be stopped. Especially in the northern Nigeria, the rate is so high in the north here, especially Kano State, where I know a lot, and a lot of young people, married women and other things, people with depression issues and so on go on drugs. And we'll make sure we fought it, and we're starting this in Kaduna State.
According to the Director General of the Kaduna State Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Agency, the harm reduction program is aimed at mitigating the health and negative social impacts of drug abuse, with focus on schools, communities, and youth hubs.
People who use drugs are at very high risks of getting HIV, hepatitis C, hepatitis B, and other blood-borne infections. Unfortunately, these infections do not only stay in the drug user, they can be transmitted to other people, including those who do not use drugs, and create a public health problem if we do not address them.
The young ones, the parents should help us, not we, the government, will do. Parents, cousins, families, and so on, they should make sure, things are, they work towards those people that's affecting them. So we need support in all sectors, but with the agency, that is their work to do. Our own is to give them the tools to know how to make use of it.
As Kaduna State government continues to strengthen prevention and treatment systems, officials say the harm reduction approach is only one part of a broader plan to combat substance abuse and protect the well-being of citizens.
Governor Sani of Kaduna State is calling for urgent action to tackle persistent financial exclusion affecting millions of people across the northern region, stating that the region has enough human resources to solve its own developmental challenges. The governor, who made the remark when he received leaders of the Arewa Consultative Forum at the Government House in Kaduna, calls on stakeholders to collaborate in scaling up grassroots financial education and expanding banking networks.
It is a meeting focused on economic empowerment and inclusive growth of the northern part of the country, as the Kaduna State Governor, Sani, hosts the leadership of the Arewa Consultative Forum in his office. Governor Sani does not hide his feelings about the low rate of financial inclusion in northern Nigeria, where millions still lack access to basic financial services, such as bank accounts, credit facilities, insurance, and digital payment platforms.
I remember when we were in the Senate, during the last government, during President Muhammadu Buhari, a lot of intervention came. Is it through the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs or other agencies? But when you look at it, we ask ourselves, why did that money go? Not Northern Nigeria. It is whose fault? Our people are not, they're unbanked, and our businessmen are not investing in that sector. You go to Kaduna State, you go to even other states in Northern Nigeria, Sokoto State, apart from Kano and Kaduna, you can go to a state and realize that more than 60% of the local governments don't even have a single bank branch.
According to Governor Sani, while Nigeria has witnessed progress in digital banking and fintech innovation, the North continues to lag behind due to several factors. He highlights efforts by his administration to promote access to credit for small businesses.
When I came in 2 years ago, we signed an executive order in Kaduna, and I was shocked on financial inclusion. Within 1 year, under the Commissioner of Finance, they enrolled over 2.5 million people that were unbanked. In Kaduna, which is even more advanced than many other states. So even Kaduna, within a year, we can enroll 2.5 million that were completely unbanked before we came in. Today, they have access to credit. That is why if you look at the record of people that benefited from the nano support from the federal government, what is Smiden? Kaduna State is second in the whole of Nigeria.
For the Arewa Consultative Forum, the visit offers an opportunity to consolidate partnerships aimed at strengthening the socio-economic fortunes of northern Nigeria.
We know that in the north we don't have the culture of community involvement. In the south, villages and towns put money together, send their children to school, build hospitals and schools. So for them it's quite a normal thing, but for us, the culture has not taken, and we want to see if we can, God willing, provide that kind of takeoff that may be spread.
The meeting ends with both parties convinced that the North needs an urgent bridge in the financial inclusion gap, which is essential for reducing poverty, boosting investment, and accelerating development.
You're watching Newsroom series. Coming up, the governor of Jigawa State flags off the construction of an access feeder road for farmers in Kaura local government area. Please stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching Newsroom series. The Jigawa State Governor Umar Namadi has flagged off the construction of a 26-kilometer access feeder road for farmers in Taura local government area, aimed at enhancing farm produce transportation and improving market access for rural communities. The flag-off ceremony took place during the governor's continuation of his citizen engagement program, which provides a platform for residents to share feedback on government projects. Our correspondent Sadiq Ilyasu reports.
The Jigawa State Governor Umar Namadi arrived Taura local government as part of his citizens engagement tour, where he interacted with residents and stakeholders on developmental needs. Stakeholders highlighted priority projects and shared feedback on government interventions in the area.
The governor has delivered on his promises. In fact, he executed projects he didn't promise us. We can only thank you.
The governor later flagged off the construction of a 26-kilometer feeder road designed to ease movement for farmers and boost agricultural activities in the region.
This feeder road has been constructed so as to allow access to people at the rural communities so that they can be able to transport their farm produce to the nearest market. This feeder road has been one of the most difficult areas, and the people of these communities has been yearning for this feeder road. Today, by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we have the privilege to flag off the construction of this feeder road. I want to assure the people of these communities, from the report I had from the contractors, this feeder road will be completed within the time specified. So far, they have done a lot of work, and I'm happy to hear from the contractor that the payment of their work has been very consistent when and as at when due. Therefore, we will continue to ensure that payment of all work we have given is done as at when due.
At a separate stakeholders meeting in Duse, citizens were urged to hold local government chairmen accountable in ensuring effective service delivery across communities.
Things happen at the local government level, but we don't talk about the local government chairmen who are responsible for it. We end up talking about the president or the senator or the member House of Representatives or even the governor, but we don't talk about local government chairmen. And that is why we are going to sensitize people, the community, in understanding the roles and responsibilities of local government chairmen and how they can constructively come together in a platform to, demand their accountability at the local level.
In an interview with Newsroom, the Taura Local Government Council chairman spoke on projects and initiatives he has implemented since assuming office.
I was able to develop the PSC in Taura Local Government, which has been there for almost 40 years. And in the last 10 years, 30 years, nothing has been done in that place. As a chairman, within 1 year, I was able to promote the PSC to look like a general hospital in Taura Local Government. All facilities have been put in place. All what that hospital unit will have been put in place.
The project is expected to significantly improve rural connectivity and accelerate agricultural productivity in Taura. Sadiq Ilyasu, Channels Television News.
Sokoto stating the government is in partnership with the local government authorities to provide developmental projects and address security and other economic developmental challenges in the local government areas. Chairman of Ilela local government area, Sirajo Chehu, stated this when members of the Nigerian Union of Journalists Sokoto State Chapter went on a fact-finding mission to the various local government areas. He commended the Sokoto State government for constructing a Peace Hub Center in Ilela local government in partnership with the United Nations Development Program to promote peace and harmony amongst farmers and herders so as to reduce conflictive challenges of bandits and other security challenges. The state government also contracted grain and livestock markets, roads, mosques, while local government authorities in the 23 local government areas faced the provision of water supply, school and renovation of primary healthcare centers, amongst others.
If you see what is happening now between herders and farmers, I know it's not only in Lela local government, in the northern Nigeria at large. There is a lot of problem between farmers and herders. But this peace hub center that has been built, as you have seen there is a place where they have provided for the herders and the farmers. For herders to stay there and be rearing their animals, and for the farmers to be there and be, how am I going to put it? To be there, farmers for their so that is it. So apart from that, there is climate change. You know, as for this our area, there is a lot of problems of climate change. As we have seen, there is our youth there who are on training there about the climate change. So there is, apart from climate change, there is solar that has been installed there, and solar now is being used. There is one village, Amarawa. Now they are those who are using the solar. Amarawa is a large community, and now they have light supply due to all they are inside this Peace Hub Center. So there is many things that I cannot mention for now.
In Lela, we have seen legacy projects, so to speak, by the governor. If I can talk about the Peace Hub Center, which was constructed newly by Sokoto State government in collaboration with the NDP. You know quite well as the center is aimed at fostering peace, especially among youths, and by extension empowering them, because there is provision for skill acquisition center there. There is also provision for our farmers to learn modern techniques of farming, and for herders to also learn modern techniques of grazing and rearing animals. It is, of course, one of the commendable projects, and we have seen how livestock market in Ilela is being upgraded by Sokoto State government, also in collaboration with the NDP.
Now, the 2024-2025 grand finale of the Katsina Local Government Education Authority's Inter-School Football Competition has concluded, with Katsina Zone emerging victorious, taking the top spot, while Mani Zone secured second place. The thrilling competition, held at the Katsina Township Stadium, was organized by the Universal Basic Education Board, Abuja, in collaboration with the Katsina State Universal Basic Education Board through the Basic Education School Sports Competition, the BES 2024-2025.
This is to give an opportunity for our young ones to learn, to participate into various supporting activities, in which today we are witnessing the final, using football as the final game to compete upon. And Honorable Commissioner, as you can see, they are all young primary school pupils, and this is with the spirit of catching them young. It is out of these participants that, inshallah, Kaduna will breed upcoming sports men and women that will represent the state at national and even, inshallah, at the international level.
Finally, on Newsroom series, I'm back to the disturbing development in Kebbi State concerning the abduction of 25 girls from a secondary school. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Waidi Shaibu, has ordered Operation Fasanyama troops to intensify efforts to rescue the 25 girl students of the Government Girls Senior Secondary School, Maga, in Kebbi State. The directive came during the operational tour of the state. Addressing frontline commanders and troops, General Shaibu emphasized intelligence-driven operations and relentless day and night pursuit of the abductors. The Chief of Army Staff also recognized local vigilante groups and hunters as vital components, urging them to leverage their knowledge of the terrain in coordination with troops to locate and neutralize the criminal elements. Earlier, the general paid a condolence visit to the traditional ruler of Danko, Alhaji Abubakar Alaje, and the principal of the GGCSS Maga, Hajia Rabi Magaji, assuring them on the Army's unwavering commitment to rescuing the students unharmed. He concluded by urging troops to remain resilient, disciplined, and professional, acting within the rules of engagement, are responding decisively to restore peace across Kebbi State and the surrounding areas. And that's it on Newsroom Series today. Thank you for watching. I'm Olumide Macaulay.